it's live.
Yeah, but you don't put on video. There's a way for you to look at what Sean is going to see so many penises.
Hang on. Well, welcome back to this episode of Hang On with Nick and Blake. Now that's a good idea. Finally, we get to the heart of it.
Boom, shakalaka.
Yeah.
Boom, bam, bam, clickety clack. We're good. How do we get a job as just like a think tank for a large company where like we spit out like hundreds of business ideas a month? Like we'll build portfolios and binders and do actual research instead of just making up stuff on the fly like we do now. Mm-hmm. And we just provide them. We're like, hey, it's March the 1st. Here's your 50 business ideas that we think could be successful. So could we start an internet company where we do research and we basically
charge per hour?
No. So we do research and we say, hey, here's a business idea. We've done a lot of calculations. We've done a lot of the legwork. Here's what you need to start the business. You have to go out and get the funding and actually do it. Here's what you need to start the business. $10 a file. $25 a file.
And you give them like a success rating. Like, hey, other people that open restaurants in this city have traditionally failed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we could do the research and say, like, hey, here's what your overhead would be.
I would use that service and then never start a business. That's the problem.
Well, that's what
it's good for our idea, but it's terrible for me as a person. You and I would use it every day. All of our spare money would be spent having somebody research our ideas.
No. They don't come to... I think you got this wrong. They don't come to us and say, like, hey, can you research this idea? Yeah. Maybe they could. Maybe that would be an option that we had. But we would have pre-packaged, like, hey, you know how they're like all the get-rich schemes on, like, TV? All the pyramid schemes, all the multi-level marketing schemes, if you will. So this one would be, hey, we've come up with these business ideas.
Yeah.
They'll come in like a package with all the research, all the...
Okay, I love this. All right, here's what I see. You have at the very top, hey, if you got a lot of money, we need an Italian restaurant on this street. That'll put out this much, but you need starting capital of $150,000. Everyone's out. And you work your way all the way down, and it's like, hey, a lot of people in this area are really looking for essential oils. And then we have a package that you can buy to start selling essential oils to people in the area. Work your way up to that restaurant you've always wanted.
No.
Look, lilac, lavender.
I hate you.
Yeah, it's real, okay? Once you're done with the oils, hey, there's down the street in the middle class neighborhood, they're low on crystals. There's quartz is in very high demand right now.
I hate you.
because you know it would work. That's all I'm saying.
No, but so you come up with these prepackaged business ideas.
Yeah.
And then you do a lot of research and you have data and research and then ideas and recommendations and like, hey, if you want to do it at this level, this is your starting capital. If you want to do it at this level, this is your starting capital. People come in, they pay $5. They're like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, or hey, I want to invest in a business, but I don't necessarily know what I want to invest in. I'll pay $25 to like hear out this idea that's been fleshed out, that's been researched, or vice versa. Hey, I've really got this idea, but I'm only one person. I need other people to like bounce this idea off of to do research for me. I'll pay you X amount of dollars per hour to see if this is actually a feasible idea or not.
Yes, I like that one.
And even with that one, if you could somehow get investors involved and say, hey, you bring us your idea, we'll do a lot of research, a lot of background looking at it for some price, or even maybe some percentage if it looks like it's going to be a good, and we'll get you connected with banks and investors to help you actually turn this idea into a real thing. Because at the end of the day, if they pay us $25 an hour to do this research and we say, hey, your idea is really good, we think it could work, but we don't have any investors for you, we still got paid.
Yeah.
And they still got something for their payment. They got data and research and a sounding board to say like, hey, yeah, don't go waste your life savings on starting this business.
Yeah.
I would definitely use something like that.
Oh, I definitely.
I would pay $100 just to see if somebody was like, that's a genius idea, or no, you're an idiot.
I think that's just what our podcast is going to turn into.
I mean, that's what our podcast is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
no
I just don't pay you to.
We're not paying each other.
Yeah.
I just give you the gladiator thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing that we might be able to do moving forward is Google Hangouts. You use your webcam, and we broadcast the three of us recording a podcast live.
I would be very interested in that. I think that'd be really fun. I do agree with you that I think that our show and our podcast would actually be funny live if we had audience interaction.
I want to do one where we have people call in and pitch us a business.
That's fine with yeah. When I say audience interaction, I don't necessarily mean it has to be.
The problem is just get on and they start violating terms of service. Like they have their pants down. And you put up the video and you're like, wow, it's live.
Yeah, but you don't put on video. There's a way for you to look at what Sean is going to see so many penises. But you can, one, I think you can put things on a delay. So you can do that. And two, you can filter out the people who are calling in.
Yeah.
And then two, you can also just do like voice instead of. That's why I like Twitch, because Twitch kind of is already set up to do that.
Yeah.
And so it seems like it would be easy to do. Also, Twitch has a much, in my opinion, simpler monetary scheme than YouTube does.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree. I like having, because then you have a channel, right? And then you have a community. And I really would like a cool community. Because then we could see
Ukrainians.
And Ukrainians.
Yeah.
I just can't wait till
I really want to be the number one show.
The number one in Ukrainian movie comes to America, like subtitled, and you're like, is that Chris Pratt?
Do you think there would be a market for a website, or I think that was similar to Twitch, but didn't focus around gaming?
I think Twitch is really expanding. Like, there's a lot of people that just talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's also, they do makeup guides now on Twitch.
So, podcast wasn't a thing until Apple came up
with
podcasts, right?
Yeah.
Like, and Twitch wasn't I think live streaming really took off with Twitch. Instagram had a live thing, and Twitch is the only one where live streaming is the main product.
Yeah.
And I think if you came out with a website, because now people still think of Twitch as a gaming site.
Yeah.
Even though they have other stuff. If you came out with something that was basically live podcasts about anything and had a separate channel for that, I think you could market that and still beat Twitch.
Like Microsoft's new Mixer?
I'm not entirely sure what that is, but sure, maybe.
I think Microsoft just launched what you're talking about.
I'm not saying that we could do that because we don't have the money or the ability to do that. But I think if someone came out, like if YouTube came out, that's the thing. It's like YouTube is, in people's mind, YouTube, even though they know they do streaming on YouTube, people are like, oh, YouTube, that's for videos. I go to YouTube to watch videos. I go to Instagrams to look at photos.
Yep.
I go to Twitch to watch people do gaming stuff.
Yes.
If someone came up with something that was like, hey, I go here to watch live podcasts, I think it could take off because it's not already, it would be to people like a new thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's not.
Yeah.
But they could kind of market it as like a new
like
format.
Twitch professional.
They could just market it as like a new media format or a new social media platform, and I think it would go over well because I think people be like, oh, I want to know about. Want to hear people talking about aliens, so I want to go on and look at shows that are talking about aliens, and there's always people live streaming.
It is, you know how LinkedIn did Facebook for business? We're just redoing it. Like, Twitch infrastructure is there. You just copy and paste the template of the website, and you change everything to make it look.
I think the key is literally just changing the name and changing the way you market it. Because I think sometimes large companies try to do this where they try to pivot into something that but like I said, Twitch is known for gaming stuff. Mm-hmm. So until they really move over into other stuff, I and other people who weren't already on there for gaming aren't going to know that it's not for gaming anymore.
That's true.
If you just come up with a new platform, Google does this a lot with all their different platforms, or like Facebook. Like Facebook owns, I think, Instagram and Snapchat and like some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't call it like Facebook photo, or like they just call it, they make it look like it's something entirely different.
Right.
And Google does the same thing.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't look like, I mean, YouTube is owned by Google.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say like
GoogleTube.
Google YouTube, you know, it's like it's its own separate thing.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Jeff Bezos. That's $1 million idea.
Is it Tom Bezos?
Jeff.
I
don't think he cares about $1 million ideas.
No.
Considering he's worth like hundreds of, or at least tens of billions of dollars. So
you'll throw some our way.
Yeah. We've had plenty of good ideas.
Yeah. Come on. All this entertainment. Just a few mil.
Hang on. Thank you for listening to our show. To participate, send your comments or business ideas to thehangonpodcast@gmail.com. Keep us motivated by subscribing to us on YouTube and iTunes. And tell a friend. This is the Hang On Podcast. It was an honor. See you next week.